With rockets falling indiscriminately on Israel from both Iran and Hezbollah in Lebanon, hospitals have moved underground. And in Tel Aviv's Be'iכילוב hospital, the entire operation is now in a multi-level parking garage.
So this is on a daily basis an underground parking lot, but in emergency cases, basically this is emergency hospital. So the parking lot has the option to turn in 4 hours, and become the underground hospital for all the hospital.
Is there still an above hospital?
All the patients are underground. And when I talk about basically the whole hospital, I'm talking about the whole hospital. Oncology, pediatric, surgery wards. We have breast cancer patients that go mastectomy and reconstruction. All other oncological operations continue to go on. But we have to do the adjustments. And day by day, we're basically deciding which operations should continue, which operations should be delayed after the war.
What does it take to move a hospital in 4 hours from upstairs to downstairs?
We knew in advance, when the situation was escalating, so we did already some kind of preparation before that. We had lists of where the patients are going to go home, where the patients are going to go down. We put all the equipment that we knew that we needed and immediately. They were ready to basically get down to the to the underground. And once we got the okay, we call it a 0 hour that we need to go down, in 4 hours, and I'm talking about the whole hospital, came down in 4 hours, which is amazing. But remember two things. One, we were ready, and two, we had experience from the June 25, that was the first, exactly. We were here also. And we had an enormous cooperation from the patients and the patient's family, helping us, bringing down the patients with all their belongings. It was like, a row of patients waiting to get down. It was really dramatic, I must say.
I feel like that is something that is so unique to Israel and often overlooked is the communal aspect of things. We saw it on October 7th. We saw it afterwards. When you guys were moving the hospital down, you even saw it come out there where people were actually moving things.
Till noon, around noon, 12:30, the whole hospital was here. But like you say, it's something that is in the Israeli genes or genetics of working here in the Middle East, of really adapting, quick adapters, changing your thought process. This is emergency, we need to go down quickly to the -2, and this is what happened. It's really unheard of, and it's really something dramatic.
Have you noticed, or are you in contact with other hospitals in other regions, other countries that are currently in this conflict doing the same kind of thing? Is that widespread? Is that really uniquely, you think, to Israel itself?
It's very unique to Israel. I have my European friends, my American friends. They're like, how are you guys doing? How are you? They really don't understand the situation. Really something that is really big, that it's really hard to conceive or really hard to, basically talk to somebody abroad and explain to him what's going on. For my colleagues in other hospitals, it's same, So in Tel HaShomer, Bellinson, up north, down south, everybody's really, into it. So I think it's about the same concept. And when I'm thinking, that I want to be a doctor and taking care of patients, I don't think that this situation was my top 10 list. Thinking of me basically rolling down, a hospital bed to the -2 because there's missiles around. It wasn't in my DD, right, in my top list.
This wasn't what you trained for, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't signed up for this, but at that moment, at 8 o'clock, this is what as the head of the department, the most important thing is to bring the patient to a secure place. This is what I didn't need to operate him at that time. I didn't need to give him something dramatic. I just need to bring him to a secure place. That was the most important thing to do, and this is what we done.
Are there changes, though, in how you go about dealing with patients and protocol and things? For example, when you refer to a room in a hospital, it might be room 303. Here is it parking spot 303, as in...
So already this parking lot was built in a, future thinking that this is going to be the emergency hospital. So everything here, and also you can see by the beds, there's an opening of a place for electricity, for all, machines that we need to work, oxygen, and all other things that we need to take care of the patients. So the thought is already futuristic thought that this is going to happen and we're going to be here.
Do you guys charge by the bed or by the parking spot now? How does that work?
Parking spot in Tel Aviv is very expensive, so I think it's a good idea.
Thank you again.